Hello, this is Åsa with a new process video. And today I am using some photos from last year's midsummer celebration. And I guess if you are a foreigner and you look up Swedish midsummer celebration, it's a lot about the midsummer pole and dancing and making silly silly moves around this huge phallus symbol. And yeah, that's basically true. But in my family we don't celebrate it like that. To us it's just a wonderful day of having nice food with the family, decorating a bit extra with the midsummer pole symbol and flowers, and spending a lovely day together and just enjoying summer, and not as much dancing around this decorated phallus symbol. No, it's not really, but for us it's also the tradition of celebrating the height of this wonderful season that is so short here in Sweden. And last year we did just like we did this year. We had dinner with my in-laws, and we had barbecue, and we decorated with flowers, and we tied flower wreaths, and it was just one of those lovely sunny days, and it was a ball. And these photos from last year, they resemble pretty much what we did this year as well. And I wanted to make a really summer-like layout with these photos, and the photos are from during the day when we tied the flower wreaths, and during the more towards the evening when we had dinner, and I wanted to combine these onto the same layout because the quality of the photos was not that good that I wanted to use more layouts for the same occasion. That's mainly what makes me do multi-photo layouts of this type. I don't have good photos enough to make several layouts. I want to do a crate paper page, and that often means that I will go more towards the layering and embellishing and die cut craziness than I usually do. But I think it's fun to do it once in a while, and crate paper and their lovely die cuts bring out that creativity in me. And my first thought was to use this floral piece as a background, and I will end up using it, but not as a whole piece. I will cut it into a frame, and that was because it became too heavy. Together with the embellishments and these photos, it became just too much. Even though the final product will be a bit much anyway, the frame that I'll put on the page will tone everything down a bit, and that was good for the final result. This is my favorite holiday of the whole in the whole year, and basically because I always love summer, and during my childhood this was a very important tradition for my father. My father was very much into traditions, almost like in a ritual way, and he wanted to do things in a special order. And for this celebration we had pickled herring for lunch, and he got a little bit of drinking and beer for with the food, and then we baked a strawberry cake, and we brought that cake with us to the sailing boat, and then we went on a sailing boat trip into the archipelago where my parents live, or where my parents lived, and we had this strawberry cake sitting there watching the beautiful scenery in the archipelago. And then for dinner we always did barbecue, and this tradition, it has always given me a lot of like calmness, or the grounding, a grounding piece in my soul, this is a tradition. We do it like this. If we don't do it like this, it won't be right. And in my life today, I don't do those things, and perhaps that kind of it sparks some kind of longing for the past in me, but at the same time I do enjoy how we do it in our lives, and I appreciate my memories that I have from all these years when we did always the same thing in Dad's kind of way that he had decided and planned. But yeah, I still love the tradition, and I love the season. I love the sunshine and the flowers. They are always as best with midsummer, and I don't really want to dance around the midsummer pole with lots of other people. I'm not a people person, and I think I prefer it like this. I perhaps somewhere in my mind I feel that perhaps my kids would enjoy this jumping around the midsummer pole, but I have not enjoyed that part ever of midsummer celebrations. They do that at the daycare and school, and they get that part of the tradition as well, but I don't want to celebrate my midsummer like that. Back to the process for a while. I have been layering like crazy, and this layout turns into 3 different sections. I have the 3 photos on a row from dinner, and then I have this photo of myself and my daughter when we were tying the flower wreaths, and then there's these 2 cute photos of my son wearing a flower wreath on his head. And those 3 different areas, I place them together and I glue them together so that I can move them around, and finally in a while I will put them onto the page as 3 individual blocks, and this I think is a very it's a method that I find really productive for me. I like to build my clusters like this, and with this multitude of different die cuts from the same brand, it's just amazingly rewarding to build clusters and photo blocks like this. I really enjoy it. And I have the floral pack from Maggie Holmes' open book collection, and still I have lots of those left, and I thought they went really well with this feeling that I wanted to bring out in this page of the flowery meadow at midsummer time. And I like the effect that I got from all the flowers and the different shapes and the different materials of the flowers. There are golden, and there are vellum, and there are printed, and more towards the realistic kind of drawings of flowers. So this is a long process of piecing together and making layers and kind of building 3 different places on this page. Today, when I'm narrating this, I have 3 days left of work before we go on summer vacation. I have 4 weeks off from work, and it's gonna be so so amazing to just not have to set the alarm clock in the morning. I know that I have a 5-year-old alarm clock, and he is kind of an early bird, but at least I don't need to get dressed in working clothes and go to work. I can just be a pajama person for the long morning, and I'm so much looking forward to that. We have a couple of trips planned, and it will be just fun, I hope, and I will hopefully get lots of photo opportunities during these 4 weeks. I'm going to a wedding, that's fun, and we are going on more like a spontaneous 2-3 days vacation and a long trip to see my mom. So we have a couple of plans, and it will be, yeah, this is the time when I take the most photos. So I'm really looking forward to experiencing new stuff and see new places. That's one of my goals with this summer, to see a couple of things that I have not seen before. I feel that I have a strong urge in my soul to see something new. I have felt a bit trapped lately, and I would really much like to just see something different, and I hope that we have just gotten that into our vacation schedule. We are also a bit tired, everyone, both grown-ups and kids, and I'm really looking forward to just having the days off and spend time together and enjoy ourselves. On the screen now you see that I'm experimenting with these frame, not frame, border, not border decisions, and this is what I will end up with. I have cut, I think it's an 8x8 square or something like that, perhaps 9, 10, I don't know, and I will place that onto this white piece of cardstock so that I get a floral square in the middle, and yeah, it looks like an inch border all around, and that was basically to tone down the floral pattern and make it, yeah, more easy for the eyes to watch. And now I have my photo blocks and that little embellishment cluster that I'll put behind the lower block, and everything comes together pretty easy when I come this far. Everything is already glued together, and I can try and piece everything onto the background and see where I can combine them, leaving a bit of a white space and still not too much. And I really love this. It's got the florals, it's got the romantic doilies, and it's got the gold and the tags and the kind of the vintagey feeling of summer, and that was basically what I was looking for with this page. Those vellum pieces there, I love them. They both vellum and gold and pink in the same product. That can't go wrong. Really, really pretty. I love it. I have put away my new scrapbooking supplies that I showed you in the haul the other day, and it looks really, really inspiring when I open my cupboard. It looks really great, and I have so many plans, and I have so much creativity in my fingertips right now. I just need the time to sit down and actually create. I have made a list of all the photo all the photo events that I have printed onto paper copies already, and it was far over 100 different events, and I don't really know how to handle that, but at least I'm aware of the events that I have, and then I plan to do take lots of more photos, so I will end up with even more events to scrapbook, and I have lots of plans. So I just hoped that I'll have some late nights and early mornings by my scrapbooking table during the vacation, so that I can get that creativity out onto paper. I will go on spending freeze. I have spent some time unsubscribing to lots of newsletters from shops and from scrapbooking brands, and I will try and stay away from the shops for a while. I still have a cherry on top as a newsletter subscription in my email, because I really want to see the new stuff that's coming out now, and but I never buy from them anyway because of the shipping. But all the other brands and stores, I've unsubscribed to their newsletters, and I think that will help me from just caring about the sales and everything. And my goal is to stay away from scrapbooking shopping until the really nice sales, either before or after Christmas. And there will be no problems with that. I have plenty to stay away from shopping for a year or two, but I won't do that. No need to be that desperate. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm placing a couple of bows in the same, made with the same string as I tied my title with, and the title is thickest. I think they are also from crepe paper, and they're like small flags, and my title is wreath, and I will write a subtitle, but it will go on top of this title to form a wreath for the dance, because midsummer in Sweden, it's a lot about the dancing, even though we don't do that. But I will write the subtitle with my homemade alpha stickers, and I've been thinking more and more about that, and I definitely think that I'll try and make them non-sticky next time and see if I like that better, because the process of removing the backside protective sheet is very, very time consuming, and if you don't have really sharp nails at the moment, it's almost impossible, and it's a bit frustrating. But I'll see what I can do, if I can make a better method. I think it's fun to be able to spell all the words that I want to, not needing to think about how many vowels I have left and how many of those N's that I can use not to run out completely. Yeah, this is more and more looking like a real summer page, and I'm very happy about the feeling that I got to capture with these photos. I really didn't think that I would be scrapbooking these, because they weren't good enough, but as a collage like this, it looks really good in my album, and it's one of those pages that when you go by them in the album, it looks very interesting. There are lots of details that you can stop by with your eyes and watch, so I like it. And even though I have placed a lot of items on this page, I felt that I needed some more things, so I went back to my baggie of die cuts, and I think this is from the Notes and Things from crepe paper, and I found a cloth peg and some arrows and placed them on top of everything on the page, a tag there as well. And that's just a finishing touch for this page. Very happy about this one. Never thought I'd do something like this. It's chaotic, but it's brought together by the flower theme, and I like that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you soon again. Take care. This is Åsa. Bye.